This is a code red. Or should I say, a code green. I want to talk about this. Okay, so this is my favorite game right here. Deltarune. I haven't talked much about it on the channel yet because I've been doing other things. But there is something came out lately that I really want to cover and show you guys. This is your Deltarune news of the day. Yeah. Don't ignore that it's Persona. I love Persona too, but I also love Deltarune. I love Deltarune more than I love Persona, but they're look how close they are. See that anyway. This is gonna be kind of more of like a, as Wendigoon once said, a drunk uncle vibe. Everyone, all these Deltarune theory videos are like so scripted, which I love, obviously. But mine are gonna be just me rambling and enjoying the stuff. So I've already pulled some stuff up. I'm watching Spooky Dude's video. I didn't finish it yet because I wanted to look into the original thread here of Green Gaster. I am green now. That is my special attack. This is real. Okay, so all credit goes to this person. Don't let me steal any of the thing. I'm going to be investigating and reading what they have to say because I saw a few things. I haven't seen it all though. A look into Greenster, and there's all of this about Greenster, which we're going to look into. I'm going to read right now, and we're going to react to it, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to comment about it, and we're going to engage with the video. And go follow, give all the love to this person. I don't know how to say their name, so I'm not. I guess Morky. All the love goes to them. Don't let me steal away from what they're doing. This is just a bit of a summary, if you will. I mean, look at it. It already has so many views. I'm gonna drop a heart. I don't do anything on Twitter. I've never been on Twitter. I never posted anything on Twitter. This is actually one of the only times I've ever been on Twitter, other than to look at Toby Fox tweets. Anyway, see what Morky here has to say. This thread serves as an exploration of the new surge of discussions for Gaster's supposed original color. Okay. Part 1 intro. For those who don't know, all the hysterics over the extremely normal colored door recently resulted in some folks speculating on Gaster possibly having an associated color. Okay, so that I'm going to pull that up so you guys can see. Gracie, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to spoil something from the Undertale anniversary stream. Gaster door anniversary stream. I nailed the spelling, naturally. Okay, this isn't helpful. Basically, yeah, right here. See this? All this stuff here? Actually, is my cursor showing up? I want my cursor to show up for this. Yeah, capture cursor. There we go. This right here, see all this? There's a part. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. So I'm just going to show you guys.
Is the mouse a monster or a monster that was like a mouse?
Does it have a set of eyes somewhere underneath the mouse?
Yeah.
Look at this. They walk past the door, and also
What you're looking at.
they don't say anything. Don't even acknowledge it.
Really
Just
wondering about that mouse.
really normal thing. Toby knew what he was doing there. Anyway. So that's where this comes from. People are freaking out about why is the door another color, right? And what is Gaster's deal with color? There are a lot of things in Spooky Dude's video that I'm not gonna summarize his video because go watch him. Obviously, don't come here and just say, oh, you ripped off Spooky Dude, because this is again more of a rambly version. But if you want like the full detailed better version of this, go to Deltarune 6-7 theory, because there's stuff about, well, anyway, we'll probably talk about it in this. Okay, yellow/gold and green are currently the most discussed colors. Purple Gaster found dead in core. Gold has ties to eggs, determination, save points, primary color triad skeletons. I want to explore green Gaster's viability, so let's begin. Okay, so this is when I stopped watching the video because he was talking about this. This is from Toby a long time ago. And these tweets were all deleted, might I add. Luigi takes the fall. From this point forward, Luigi is erased from all games that ever contained him, leaving an eerie void in his place. Super Mario Brother, Mario, and Superstar Saga. It's mansion. You turn on what was Luigi's mansion. It's just an empty house forever. Phone rings, unknown caller. You pick it up. Heavy breathing interspersed with SMW, Super Mario World Yoshi noises. Waluigi, now known as just Wah. Maybe the guy behind the house in Super Mario RPG knows. Captain Lou Albano talks himself in an empty apartment. That's creepy. But, like, Toby's clearly has been obsessed with the idea of, like, characters disappearing and people ceasing to exist. And Luigi is green. Green Ouija. Deleted tweets, yep. But I already saw all this stuff. Choosing to fall, leaving no choice behind. Fall into the core, just like our boy, WD. Now we have here part 2, the narrative. You know what? Before we go on, do you think I should put on some nice chill Deltarune music? Wait, no. I'm not gonna do one on my YouTube. I don't want you guys looking at my YouTube. Let's do, well, I guess you can look at my Spotify. I got a lot of weird stuff in here. Let's do Deltarune. Deltarune. Oh, I haven't listened to this yet, but I don't want to listen to it while I'm doing something else. Let's just do like the chapter 4 soundtrack from the beginning. But make sure it's turned way down. You know what? Actually, you know what? Never mind, because I'm gonna get copyright struck. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna just have to go silent here. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Hopefully, that 2 seconds of old wooden rafters doesn't get me copyright struck. Anyway, the narrative importance of green and Deltarune. With the additions of chapters 3 and 4, I think it's safe to say green holds oddly significant symbolism throughout the game. From the start of you booting up Deltarune, you are met with this color right away. Gaster's device, all of the stuff within like the code, like the Gastery stuff is all green. I never thought about that before. That's so weird. The save screen has an incredibly ominous vibe with options to erase a world permanently, with the follow-up dialogue saying it was as if it was never there at all, just like our boy Gaster. After the post-Goner Maker sequence, you meet our protagonist Chris wearing bright green colors, and early on flavored text about faded colors and missing green crayons. Green. Missing. We move on. Moving back, I think we are pretty well aware of Chris's state as a character, the themes of loss and freedom and entrapment being a cage infect their every waking moment. Other characters who heavily revolve around the struggle for freedom and choice, like Rouse, wear green. I'm not, listen, everyone's gonna be like, oh, this is such brain rot. Like, no. These are all threads. These are all real things. Okay? This is all important. Of course, we can't forget Spamton himself. The imagery of green strings being a puppet in a narrative and wanting to break free are prevalent. Actually, you know what? Speaking of Spamton, I'm gonna hold on. I have a special guest I want to bring over here while we're doing this. He has a lot to say. Maybe he'll chime in every now and again. Okay, back to the action. Heck, the game directly establishes a link to Rouse and Spamton by making the puppet scarf his weapon. Mannequin interactions as well as Spamton and Chris being puppets, hence their agitated reaction to Spamton's fate. Right. I didn't process that one, but maybe you did. Even the green boxes from earlier have the same shade of green, yeah. So that these green battle boxes, stuff like that. You cannot make any other choices outside the green ones given to you in the box. You cannot leave it. Wait, what? So you're limited. You cannot make any other choices outside the ones given to you in the box. You cannot leave it. So the green, I guess, is it trapped in you? Okay, yeah. So that's another thing that's green is this battle box. I believe Gerson demonstrates this. The green soul mechanic traps you. Leaves less choices to move. His unused attacks involve him bouncing the box around. He's aware that the prophecy box cannot be left, but it can be manipulated. Oh, I like that. So it can be moved, can be left, but cannot be left, but it can be manipulated. So you can't like change the prophecy. Well, you can't break free from the prophecy, but you can move it around and stuff. Okay. I'll be honest. Ever since 3 and 4 came out, I kind of like, after it came out, it was a few months, then I kind of fell out of Deltarune because life stuff, things happened. I've been missing out on all these amazing. There's a whole podcast that was done with a bunch of the theorists that I need to listen to at some point. Anyway, yeah. So now I'm way down into the Deltarune 3 and 4 theory space now. You can stretch the limits of the story as you want to. Yep. Oh yeah. See, haha, stretch. I never noticed that symbolism with this fight, but it is true. The box never breaks. Like it does in a lot of the super secret bosses. Also, Austin, don't watch this because this is spoilers. Yeah. He teaches Susie about the green sparkles for healing. Okay, green sparkles. It's just her own freedom. Okay, green acts as medium for the themes of self-determination, freedom, and the loss of it. So I ask, why? What would it mean for Gaster's old self to be green? Part 3 discussion. How many parts are there, by the way? I want to make sure that I think there's a lot of parts. I don't know. Hold on. No spoilers. Okay. The iconic live stream. The live stream further solidified evidence for Mystery Man / Gaster being connected to the Forgotten Man. as the literal room in between. Okay, yeah, I will say I'm in the camp. Whoa, I don't know if everyone is in this camp, but I'm in the camp of Mystery Man and Gaster being different from the Forgotten Man. Like, there's a lot of people who think like that the Eggman, Forgotten Man is undeniably Gaster, but I think people are just trying to put in like, oh, it has to be Gaster because he's this mysterious secret man. But anyway, again, Spooky Dude, go watch Spooky Dude's video on it. He has an amazing video on it about the Valentine's thing. Or the Forgotten Man from Deltarune could be the Undertow equivalent of Gaster. Let's look at these pictures. It's darker, darker. It's like an in-between state. Like, this is a goofy thing, but yeah. Whoa. Aha, here you got Sans' room, Papyrus' room, and then there's a in-between room. And green. Green. Oh, wait. Why don't go in between the lines? It's darker there. I didn't even think about that. It's darker in between the lines. Ooh, ah. And well, you must have noticed the green painting of a bone. Oh, I did. You're, I thought it was clever with that. Wait, not important, not too unimportant. Classic image. It always reminds you of what's important in life. Eggman related to Gaster, Forgotten Man, Gaster, Eggman, green. Well said, Spamton. Because Gaster's door was the third one missing, I thought maybe we should check chapter 3 content. Oh, all right. I don't know about that. That seems like a little bit of a stretch. The ABC rank room is being in the perfect order for RGB color cone triad. Red left Papyrus, green in between Gaster, blue right Sans. What? Hey, maybe the heights of the doors even represent their heights, lol. Whoa. That's okay. Ooh, that is crazy talk. But I kind of like it. I mean, obviously it's kind of a stretch, but I like it. I like the heights idea too. I mean that, but like something like, do you think Toby's that specific? Like, I mean, obviously he's been known to like manipulate his audience or whatever, and it's like the whole thing with him. But do you think he's so specific that like with these random doors in chapter 3 are representing Papyrus, Gaster, and Sans? Also, the Gaster being Sans and Papyrus's dad theory, I don't know about that. I definitely think he's related to them in some way, but I don't think he's like their biological father or something like that. I think that's a little bit silly. That's just trying to give him a what am I trying to say? They're just trying to put a label on him that you don't even know. Remember the middle room B leads to a giant ball machine. What? A giant gumball machine. Okay, whatever. In which you can play around with Luck, who is the poster boy for the RNG itself, but the what? Oh, for RNG itself. Okay, so RNG tied to Gaster. Okay, and another little link there, I guess. You can put, yeah, wait, no, the 1225 point stain we transported to the world of Death, likely rooted in the trauma of Death becoming lost. Eventually, you get lies about seeing through your hand. Death haunts the narrative of this chapter. A missing family member who got lost in. Oh, also, hold on. Before we go on, I just want to say, that when the Roaring Knight appeared and me and my siblings played through, the first thing I didn't think it's the Roaring Knight. Like before its name was revealed, the first thing I noticed was that strange character, that strange creature, has holes in its hands. Oh my goodness, so does Gaster. That was the first thing I thought. I don't know if like that's whoa, what's up? I don't know how like I don't see, can you tell I don't use Twitter? I don't know how like it's gotta be. I also don't. I do think that this is probably the night. I think that baseball bat thing is a little bit of a stretch. There's no way to tell. He probably just drew his sword weird. I don't think that it's like that's a baseball bat. Like we're just trying to figure things out at that point. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's the narrative of this chapter. A missing family member who got lost in the darkness. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, missing family member because there's a lot of families in both of these games, but especially in Deltarune. I also work faster, but oh yeah, we all know this. I'm not gonna say all that, but it is pretty cool. But the focus here at the moment isn't just Des. It's the man her disappearance is inextricably associated with, the third forgotten man room, which is green. Whether 11 hours or 11 years, oh, this was hype. I remember reading everything about. Can I just say this Eggman dialogue in chapter 3? The first time I read it, it was so hype. Like I don't know. It's just like when he's like, I forget the exact quote, but he's like, spring changed to summer, summer changed to fall, and through it all, I'm the forgotten man. Me and my siblings were all like, let's go! Because it was also hard to get to him. So, like, him dropping that, I don't know, it was kind of hype. Not only is this a pretty similar green to the bone painting, this is the same area we got with the copies are monochrome Gondor lore. Oh yeah, copies are monochrome being like the copy of Monster Kid that's gray, so copies are monochrome. Spock the whole color spiel to begin with, it's a monochromatic green room. Copies are monochromatic, or monochrome, yeah. But you colored each of us in with care. Because, oh, yeah, because like Chris printed out the aces to cheat, and colored them in. That's why they're colored, but if they weren't colored to monochrome, because the like when you put them through a copier, it's black and white. You know, Toby gets inspired by the most interesting things. I really like that about his stuff. You know, like he probably saw a printer one day and was like, "Wow, like that's so creepy how like copies are black and white. Like they can never be a true copy," and like made this whole thing. I think that's cool. The live stream radiation. Oh, Gaster stay never Toby. But yeah, there he is. Right, that was the funny joke in the live stream. Anyway, these monochrome quotes are always talked about, but I actually find the binoculars reading more fascinating. Take a look at these lines. I'm trying to see as far as I can, but it doesn't look too good. Talk about lousy real estate. I sense nothing but evil from that place. Oh yeah, and it's this. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about hex codes. Not hex codes, the other one, RGB, I think. When you take a peek into what the rune was talking about, it's only gray as far as I can see. They even sound extremely disappointed, like knowing more about this place is a scam. Sure place? Is that what we do? Trying to look too far leads to nothing but disappointment, you say. The implication of someone looking too deep for a futile truth and a dream that ends in you being lost and disillusioned. Very. Well, come on, why didn't you say very, very interesting? Yeah, Spamton looking into heaven and not being able to make it, which is very sad. And what is someone who is lost but a goner? uh, they're Gaster and Death. Left in an in-between state of life or death, awake or dreaming. Oh yeah, this is Des talking. Recall that to unlock the Forgotten Man's Island, you must speak with a Zapper who asks you for a cheater. They say you are going nowhere. We do go to nowhere in that chapter. This is the very same Zapper session mode that was lost in between the couch, aka where the Forgotten Man is located. Ooh, okay, I like that one. Till Susie found them again. That is why they know how to lead us to the Forgotten Man room altogether. Oh, that Zapper was weird. I never thought about that. Okay. So, okay. So he's associated with all this stuff. Remote. Well, no, okay, yeah, because it's okay. That makes sense. The only other place where you can find good stuff, as Susie put it, stuck in the petals of a couch, is the green couch. From okay, yes, that is yes, the green couch. At the very last, to reach the green forgotten man room, we need to use an act on the green party member. On 3 light green enemies. Now, is the green Gaster, or is the green just like the whole nowhere, man country stuff? I don't know, because there is like the whole coloration thing. And it would make sense because red and blue, but red and blue don't make green, they make purple, which is my favorite color. I don't know. A lost and lost and lost girl. Wait, what is this? Rubik's also have a strange awareness about the fate of Des. Wait, what? I didn't know about this. What in the world? Did they say this in the game? What in the world? Oh, hold on. I keep spoiling. Am I? Okay, yeah, I'm just making sure I'm doing the right thing, because I don't know how Twitter works. There's a lot more to get through here, guys, so buckle up. The Ribics are related to Rabic darkeners, dust bunnies. Dust is typically gray, represents something old, unused, or forgotten. Even the lab wall has this shade of white-green. Ooh. The unused science books that don't have are green, and a light green. Is it the same green? I'm telling you, after this becomes popular, all the Gaster fan art is gonna be green. Every other show flunks out. It's mostly anime. Blah, blah, blah. You make that not because these are Gaster's belongings. Okay, whatever. Of course, it dust. Of course, whatever. Of course, dust just be something that's old. But in a universe where dead monsters canonically dust, with a whole plot about it in a recent chapter, we can even say that besides being forgotten, something dusty has connotations of yeah. Right, because obviously monsters turn into dust. Speaking of the dead, Gerson himself has foils and parallels to Gaster, underwent the same fate but inspire opposing ideologies. Gerson inspires hope and healing enthusiasm. Gaster's doing presence over the prophecy overwhelms the knowledgeable with dread of the narrative. I still don't, I'm still on, like, I'm still I go so back and forth on whether or not Gaster's nice or not. Because there is stuff about, like, yeah, he, like, definitely wants the prophecy to come true. But does he, like, because he made Deltarune and like he wants to show it to us, and he's like, very well, like, but maybe that's why he's getting so passionate. Maybe it's not like he's happy about it. Maybe it's just because he's like really wants us to fulfill the prophecy, and that's why he's like, our beautiful connection, like it's so good. We need to like keep going. That's actually, I'm actually kind of cooking right now. Sorry, it became so grand, it's overwhelming. Some say it's all about Gaster himself. Okay, I did think of actually. I'll be honest. I didn't think about Gaster when I first heard this. I actually thought about Toby, and I was like, oh man, Toby's. But that would actually make more sense if it was talking about Gaster. There was this old speculation of HP hit points for hope point. Hope points? What? Characters with low HP stand and suffer from dreadful views on life. Oh, I actually never knew about that. That's why Sans only has 1 HP, because he has very nihilistic. Well, like, yeah, well, I guess, no, he's just kind of, I'm not nihilistic, but he's just very, like, I don't know, he's like, oh, whatever, you know? And I guess, yeah, the characters went on, like, the bosses in Undertale got more hopeful as they went on, and they got more HP. But then, I mean, Flowey, it's just, what the heck is going on there? Gerson nudging Susie towards the path of healing could suggest he is helping her aspire to become someone who gives others hope, something that could change the narrative. Oh yeah, all the hope stuff. Meanwhile, the knight, possibly working with Gaster to ensure the prophecy, seems to be characterized as a vessel of some kind. Soulless, hopeless, bereft of their own will, outside of what is needed of them. I knew about this. Okay. Thus, green can be attributed to healing, love, hope, self-determination, and freedom. To become kindness itself takes a lot of humility and willpower. Okay, so green is green kindness? I thought green was bravery. I don't know, whatever. Hope, light, and dream start go hand in hand. Ooh. Ah, even the intro prophecy. So why is this in all caps? The former and latter, respectively. Gaster also makes it a point to mention the player's hope, as though it were some kind of force with the power to change the prophecy. Oh yeah, your hope shining. Yeah. And impressed by their determination. So it seems someone who is hopeless is dead, because they have no more HP left. Dusted. Wow, he really typed this fast, didn't he? Or she, sorry, or they. I don't mean to gender assume. I apologize. It doesn't say anything here. Gerster. Is that a Gaster Gerson ship? He's the CEO of it? Wow. I guess, good for him. I enjoy that. That's an interesting one. I never would have thought about that ship, honestly. Will you color us with care? If you can give something color, you can paint gray over that color to take it away once more. Faded. A painting. Painted over everything. A painting put over where Gaster's used to be. What if Gaster's like the third brother? And he just was like really smart. To forget someone even if they're big and important. Spamton. Gaster. As if it was never there. As the ability to erase things. Vanish without a trace. The green crayon. Oh, this is the way he's structuring this is really cool. Part 4. Personal thoughts. To be honest, I've always thought about this. The chapter 3 Forgotten Man room confirms Garnet to be some sort of copy of the original thing. Pretty much all Garnets have a counterpart with normal colors. The Mystery Man has all the hallmarks of a Goner. Oh yeah. Or I always thought the hit like that Gaster made. Why is he calling it the Mystery Man? I feel like the Mystery Man has to be Gaster. I don't know. People have different opinions on it, I guess. I'm in the camp that it is Gaster. Same finishing sound effects, monochrome, black and white color scheme. The implications of Gaster having lost color were there, but the stream and recent discussions are what motivated me to finally put it together. Symbolically, Gaster has become synonymous to death, erasure, and the unnatural. Green is the opposite of all those things. True. representation of the natural order such world. A loss of greed signifies loss of life, natural state of being, etc. Or in the context of Deltarune, a loss of hope, disillusionment. If I recall correctly, it is specific grade here. Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, this grade is 167, 167, 167. That's like the RGB code for the color of the gray. But the mystery maze in Undertale was 166, 166, 166. And there's all this weird like stipulation about the 7 stuff. So why is there a 7 here but a 6 here? This really aggravates me because I actually have no idea. I don't know if it's just Toby happy to do it because of like some technical stuff, or if he is like trying to make a divide between the 6 and 7. Again, I haven't finished this video yet. I'm gonna finish it after I'm done making this video. But I wanted to make sure that I you know, whatever. Oh, I wanted to do this. Into entertaining the idea, if his original purpose as a royal scientist was to find a way to break the barrier, it did not have to be 7 souls specifically, just a power strong enough to equal that of 7. 7. And he was trying to find a way to break the barrier. They cheat the game, break it effective. You need 7 copies of something. Like how Chris needed 7 chapters. 7 souls. I didn't think about that. Wow, 7 chapters, 7 souls. 7. The weird art represents the same narrative sinning. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Stephen King pilled. Gaster would have committed to getting the end he wanted, but as he failed, he probably will too. What about the snow? Wait, what? There's like this evil room my parents didn't know about. What the heck? Because he got bored of cheating and drew dead eyes on Chris. I remember that. There's just the stuff about Gaster being the devil, aka a fallen angel. The entrance to the Forgotten Man's room has the angel from the Deltarune, but the heroes are omitted. Even the island itself is high up in the sky, as though it were heaven. Oh. Even if it is actually nowhere. Green. It is also the color most associated with science. If the core has a green ozone, lol. I always thought it was more yellow, but sure. Either way, this is just a fun concept to play around. This is my first time getting at the shoot. So I'm very eager to hear your thoughts. What color do you guys think he is? This is amazing. I don't know how people come up with this kind of stuff, but like, yeah, all those linking stuff makes so much sense. Like honestly, it's like, what other color would he be besides like white? I guess like for a skeleton, but like green. Like I feel like what we're gonna see is Gaster. He's gonna show up, which would be crazy. But like his sprite's gonna show up, and it's gonna be like how Sands of Paris is, but he's gonna have like a predominantly green outfit on. Which I guess doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but like he's dropping hints. He's just like, you know, I feel like this is Toby trying to make a big wild goose chase to figure out like just a hint about Gaster, just something about Gaster, because that's what we all really want. When the colors are inverted, the depths of green. Ooh. Extras. Oh, let's go through these extras. This is hype. Reminisce of the laugh walls and even the bone painting. Green in between. And it's even got, wow, it's even, wow. Oh my gosh, the green. From the records. Spamton? That used to be his room. Wait, you're on to prestigious big shots. Spamton. This used to be his room. I actually didn't even know about this dialogue, but that's interesting. Chili Munchies are a glowing green color. Ooh, entry number. Ooh, entries every day is within this format. Yeah, just text on screen. The big guys are becoming monochromated where it's faded into white, but that's a stretch. Yeah, that's a stretch. Oh, well, yeah, that is a stretch, but I get the idea. Green. Each item symbolizes a brother. Gaster's green couch. Ooh, red book. Blue, gray, whatever, gray rock. Green couch. And it's, yeah, well, obviously I also thought about like the door, how the door is the same door as the Sands of Pirates' door. And Sans even has the fire. I like the idea of Gaster being like the 3rd character that was just like erased, like Toby scrapped him or whatever. Like that's the lore. Also, this went in the September 26th. That's interesting. Yeah, and like he was like part of this piracy and stuff, and like Like at the last minute, Toby was like, "I'm not gonna use them," and then he went got malevolent. Um, and it's always like, "Oh yeah, he's green." You know, everyone knows Gaster. It's like the Togor thing. It's like everyone, yeah, you know Gaster, the green guy. Social 666 and the British. Ooh, British folklore. Okay, that one's kind of, I don't know about that. Green and purple seem to be very important to friend. I thought pink and yellow were important to friend. Every color can't be important to friend. Like, oh wait, I know this person, I think. Gaster might just be green and Aster. Wait, what? Considering Toby's tendency to name characters something really simple that somehow works brilliant in his favor, Azrael, Asgore. I would not be surprised if Gaster's literally just green and Aster, but it magically got the connotations of ghost, evil spirit, demon combined with Aster, angel, even angel, fallen angel, or the word Gaston, which means fear of the dark. That's green Aster. I like that. This room is a greenish color, if that matters. I think it does. I think it absolutely does. It even has the tape kind of over, like how Papyrus's door. I never thought about that. Right here. Gerson's saying you'll reach nowhere eventually because everyone dies. Therefore, the forgotten man such Gaster is dead. Dusty, haha. Dusty! Just adding this name for continuity. A classic image. Wait. A classic image? I don't get it. Oh, wait. Not an original image. The original, not the copy. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Like for the whole Queen force. I almost just said green. Queen forcing Noelle to be her robot peon to make the more Dark Worlds bit related to how the night was made. What? Queen captures Noelle in a light neon green cage. Oh, that's random. She captures Noelle to force her into a peon to create Dark Worlds, possibly mirroring Gaster's plan to steal deaths. Cages. World domination was roaring. Okay, this whole thing is kind of a stretch. I feel like queens are her own separate thing. I don't think queen has much relation to Gaster. Puppetry. Detachable hands. Oh, Burley trying to piece. What if friends like that with Gaster? Burley trying to piece queen and constantly being ignored or avoided. That would be really funny. But again, that's just kind of like speculation. Okay, yeah. Now we're back to the. We're back to this. Oh wait, I didn't even have to click on that. It was whatever. Um, green is a color that helps you to beat the second to last final boss on Undertale. Well, yeah. And the hands even have holes in them with hearts in them, but still, which is religious imagery, obviously. Personally disagree with that. What is all that? I don't get it. Not just someone being nice, I guess. And a skeleton wearing green. He's like the walking image of death itself, covered in the color of life and the living. Ooh, okay, that is a cool contrast. I like that idea. Gaster ended his own life, metaphors, and imagery. Gaster cries about the lizard falling as if he committed a sin. Gaster being a fallen angel devil missing the green lizard dropped into a pit as a sacrifice to go higher. Whoa, I didn't even think about that. Green lizard dropped in a pit. And the Mario stuff from earlier. And Toby was just like, well, I want to make him green because he liked the Luigi idea so much. I feel like I'm not adding much transformative to this. I hope this is still entertaining, but I want to cover this because I find it so interesting and it's such a crazy bombshell to drop. And this dropped like a month ago too. It's been a while. All right, if I see anything else, I'm not gonna read all these because it's a lot. But if I the fact that the prophecies are in such a way it's meaningless. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else interesting here that might be worth looking at. Green means you won. Gaster stopped being green because you lost everything. Oh, okay. Interesting idea. Oh, what? Is that it? Aw. The character looks like this. Yeah. Alright, well, that is... I'm gonna look up green Gaster now. It's gonna be our ending. Where's green Gaster? Right here. This is what you have to end off with. This is what I'm leaving you with. Think about it. Just think about it. Oh, there's already fan art? Or whatever. Just think about it. Just think about it.